Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, or whatever time you are watching this. How's everybody doing? Oh, Hannah, I love your comment. Let's roast Optavia. I agree. I hope you guys are doing well. Feels weird to be back. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm going to open my drink real quick, so hang tight for just a second. I'm going to play the disclaimer, and then I'll be right back. I missed the timing of that. My apologies. Hold on. We're having some technical difficulties, but that's okay. One moment. Okay, so if you are brand new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is erinbies. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing. I healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. So would love for you guys to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Also want to give a special shout out to the members and the moderators, people that have been here for a while, people that watch videos all the way through, or just, like participate in all of this. I appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you're having a great workout. So I feel like I want to address this weekend's event and the passing of Jesse Lee. And I'm going to ask that after I say what I need to say, if we can keep that out of the live chat. This is not the place for that, I feel like. I understand that everybody has feelings. I understand that many things can be true at one time. You can be sad that a person is no longer alive, and you can also not agree with the tactics that they used to operate their MLM while they were alive. And some of you are grieving, some of you aren't, some of you have very strong feelings. I understand that. I respect that. Your feelings are all valid. I just don't want this to turn into a place where on this live, because we're not talking about prove it or anything like that. We're talking about Optavia, and I just want to make sure. Oh, she's here! Yay! I just want to make sure that I set those requests before we move forward and all of that. It is complicated. The grief that I'm experiencing is complicated. Susie, I'll bring you on here in just a second. And that's okay. I want to thank everybody for all the messages that I have been sent. And just like I said earlier on a post or a story, none of this is about me. It's not about me. It's about Jesse Lee's family and the grief they're experiencing. So send them, all the love and support that they need. I will tell you guys that as soon as I heard of her passing, I turned off all monetization to any video that had anything to do with her, because I know that in her passing, there's going to be people looking for content, and I don't feel comfortable making money off of people's grief, in a sense, Also would like to say that I understand that there is a big, what feels to me like cognitive dissonance. And I talked about this in the Discord a little while ago or earlier today. It feels to me like there's a lot of cognitive dissonance in the fact that she was here one day and then all of a sudden was gone, and there's confusion and chaos and all of that. And I just want to say that I understand that, yes, there's grief. Yes, wait, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, the loss of a human life is already confusing enough. And we try to make sense of it. And I can understand where people are coming from in the sense that they're angry, they're sad, they're feeling all of the feelings of their grief. And they're going to be angry at times, and they are going to be not liking some of the content that's out there. And I just would like to say that those feelings are also valid. However, I will not allow that on any of my social media platforms. Big feelings are valid, but I will not be somebody's emotional dumping ground. So that is the expectation. I understand this is it's a hard situation. Your content creators that you follow are experiencing what they're experiencing, feeling what they're feeling. Their feelings are valid, and yeah. So much love to all of you, and yeah, I just wanted to. This is the first stream back. I took some time off, and I just needed to process how I was feeling. There was a lot going on, and it's a roller coaster. But just know that all of your feelings are valid. And yeah, okay. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to bring on my trainer, and I'm really excited for you guys to actually like interact with her. So hang on one second. This is my trainer, Susie. I call her Susan, but she goes by Susie on here. And I have learned a ton from her. And actually, if you want, I'm going to call you Susan because that's what I always call you. But
yeah, I mean, whatever.
If you want to kind of introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about you and like your just, why we're here, I guess.
Yeah. So first, let me say, I'm not the most comfortable on video other than one-on-one. So please forgive me if I say something stupid. Also, you should know that just in time for now, I was at the dentist earlier for an emergency appointment, and they said, "Would you like to get numbed up?" And I said, no, let's not do any numbing today because I think I can handle it. Plus I have to be on camera in a couple hours. And then he was like, you know what, we really should numb you. And up until right about 20 minutes ago, I couldn't feel a thing. So half of my mouth was drooped. And so fortunately, just in time.
Just in time. Love that. Well, I got caught in a hailstorm. I haven't told you that because I haven't talked to you, in the last little bit. I went to go pick up my son from school, and it was a hailstorm. And what was I wearing on my feet? Nike slides. Yeah. So that was a good time. So I get it. I get it.
But yes, I'm Erin's trainer, and I'm a certified personal trainer and a certified sports nutrition specialist. I'm also certified in group fitness instruction, and I specialize in hypertrophy. So I build muscle on people. That's what I do.
I mean, clearly.
Obviously.
I can feel her eyeballs on my shoulders, and like especially right here, I can feel her like watching.
Yeah, I mean, all my clients, it's shoulders and glutes. That's what we're doing. So
yeah,
it's a good
and Avery
deal.
Joe is here too.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, Avery Joe works with Susie as well.
So yeah, I'm pleased to be here. I'm excited about watching a video so we can rip it apart because I was previewing it earlier and I had to keep pausing out of pure rage, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the comment in the video description, I said something like that. The funny part about it that you guys don't know is both of us were doing cardio at the same time, and she was just raging and sending me stuff, and we were talking about it. And so in the video description, I'm like, we were raging privately and we decided we were going to bring our rage on Optavia, in this live stream. So I hope you guys get a giggle out of that, because we were definitely giggling this morning when we were doing cardio.
Yeah, a combination
So
of rage and snark, I think, is
yeah.
what they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of snark.
Susie tells you, she tells you how it is. Which I love. I love that. So I do want to give a content warning before we get started. Anytime we're talking about Optavia, more than likely there's going to be disordered eating, eating disorders, all the typical MLM manipulation garbage that we see. So, if that is triggering to you, this might not be the video for you. And, your mental health matters to me, to us. And so if that's too much for you, then yeah, just skip this one. But yeah, major content warning, especially because we're talking about Optavia, which I think probably Susan and I hate the most, honestly.
The most.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
most.
So they've recently come out with a line called Optavia Active. And basically what it is, it's a whey protein. And they're also putting out essential amino acids. So this, do you see her face? This is this is going to be the video where they are explaining what it is, trying to pitch people on it. I suspect, because I have not watched this fully, I've watched part of it, but I suspect they're going to turn it into more of a recruiting thing, because at the end of the day, EAAs, not that spectacular in my opinion, but yeah. So we're going to react to it. As always, you guys drop your commentary. And then Susan, if you want me to pause the video, just let me know and I'll pause it. And then you can snark on Optavia. It is, I think it's the tinters that we're featuring. I do have another video because I know some of you sent it to me. And it's Doug Wood and his trainer. So maybe we'll come back for another round 2. An actual trainer. Yeah. We might do that again if Susan wants to come on live again.
Susan wants to.
All right. So let's get started on the video. It's about 38 minutes long. And yeah, just brace yourselves, you guys. Of course, there's going to be a long pause. Oh, no.
Hey, welcome to our Why Optavia Active Zoom.
The echo.
Why? Well, we're going to answer that question and many others because this is exciting. I'm excited.
It is so exciting. We are so excited to be with you tonight. On your screen right now, you are going to see the people that are going to be sharing this evening and also our income disclosure statement. We put that on the screen because we want our speakers to be free to share with you what coaching's done in their lives,
Well, see, but here's the thing. Number one, the sound is terrible. Their sound is terrible. The echo is unreal. Hey, Summer, can you get a mic? Can you, if you're going to do videos like this, can you just get a mic? That's just my personal opinion. But anyways, I thought this was about products. Now all of a sudden we're talking about an income disclosure statement. Weird.
They're really excited though.
They're real excited.
Real excited.
This is going to be so crazy. I can already feel it.
the program has done in their lives and what Active is doing in their lives. So we are Mike and Summer Morenz.
Hey, there we are.
And
we both love my blue shirt, apparently.
We do love your blue shirt.
I was intentional. I thought, hey, let's match.
Nobody cares.
What's cool is I've been active a long time. I've seen the value in that. I've seen the value in physical activity and working out. But my goodness, I've made some changes over the years. And I feel really good.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. That's why we're going to talk about this.
What was not working for him before?
Great question.
If those were the pictures, then what's the problem? What's the
Yeah.
problem?
Also the context. They never give the context. You know, were they working with a dietitian? Were they working with a trainer? Were they working with any kind of professionals, or were they just following like influencer trainings, you know?
Right, right. Because people can spin their wheels for years, decades,
Yeah.
just following all sorts of fads or whatever they think is going to work. And you don't know how many clients I've had that are like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And then you press them a little bit and they're like, yeah, but you know, I'm doing a little drinking on the weekends. And I'm like, okay, well, there's your problem right there. Like, yeah, that's what's doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Or unaccounted for calories here and there, or like, you know, 3 days a week of training where they could be training more and they're just not in a deficit. Like, it's really easy to kind of blur the edges and kind of delude yourself into thinking you're really being adherent, and you're just not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're not taking, that's one of the things that I've definitely learned from you is, you know, obviously paying attention. But Susan and I talked a lot before I started this deficit because I was really nervous. She knows, she has all of my history with disordered eating and being a part of Prove It and fasting and like all of that stuff. And we've talked for quite some time about doing a deficit, and I didn't really feel ready until the last couple months where we really, you know, started to kind of talk about it and what it might look like and what it might feel like. And I have to tell you guys, it's definitely not what I expected. I expected it to be extremely regimented, and it's not. And one of the things that I love the most is, you know, I saw this on a TikTok video, and Susan and I talked about it on our last call together. And it's, you know, what are you craving? What do you want to have? And then what do you need to add to it? So the other day I wanted French fries. So I had French fries and I was like, I need to get a protein in, you know, and then I added around that, and all of that fit into my deficit, which is crazy to me. But this doesn't feel stressful, and it doesn't feel restrictive. I don't feel like I'm going without. I feel like I'm performing extremely well at the gym. I'm sleeping well. Well, prior to this weekend, you know what I mean? Like, of course, that's, the grief is going to impact all of that. But so it's been a really, really cool experience. And so I wanted to just share that with you guys. And if you do want to get connected with Susan, I have already included her Facebook and her Instagram in the video description, so that you guys can connect. You may have questions. She does train virtually. I can text her at any time if I have questions, and she gets back to me immediately. So if you are somebody that's been watching my journey, Susan, look at this. Anyways, sorry. If you're somebody that's been watching my journey and loving what I'm sharing on Instagram specifically, and also when I talk about, you know, toxic diet culture and stuff, this is the person that I've learned it from. So just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Part of the reason why is how you feel. There is something about how you're feeling physically, because those are some warning signs when we don't feel well, or if we feel cloudy, or if we feel tired.
Yeah.
Thanks, Erica.
Let's talk about, you know, how can we change that a little bit?
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, I don't know if you see on the screen, but that before photo was me starting this program almost 9 years ago. And what I love about Optavia is we're always leveling up. We're always going to the next space. We're always challenging ourselves to grow and move forward. So if you're on the Zoom, if you're listening to the Zoom, Optavia Active is launching starting tomorrow for everyone. The coaches have had an opportunity to use it. So that's what we're going to talk about, our experience, so that you also then can have your own experience. And isn't this just a sad picture?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is this?
It's very professional.
DC and Avery Joe are going to riot in the comments. I can already tell. What is this? This is this is very black and white thinking, I feel like, because first of all, there's nothing wrong with, I don't know what the guy in the green sweater is eating and drinking. There's nothing wrong with that and watching TV. Like, I will be doing that later. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, there's nothing wrong with the person that's laying on the couch looking at their phone with their feet up. We love some relaxing over here. We love that.
You know, I can't help but think that, you know, you and I have talked about how terrible Optavia is for the reasons of that extreme deficit with the recommendation to not exercise during it, right?
Yeah.
And the inevitable muscle loss that comes with the severe, drastic weight loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
That kills your metabolism. I feel like this launch for them is a response to that. And a way to retain clients and kind of save face.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I do also,
like,
yeah.
This is their way of appealing to people who are more athletes and people who are already coming from a place of they train and they don't want to give that up, but they want to do Optavia or they want to lose weight. They don't understand how to do it safely or properly.
Yeah. I do also think they're going to eventually step into like Body does, what used to be Beachbody, now they're Body. And I think they'll start having like an app or something where they offer workouts, which is, to me, that's terrifying because I've seen some of the form and I know Brianna Jewell has covered a lot of Beachbody videos or body videos where she's going through a lot of the exercises and the combination of multiple exercises. You know, for me, I just feel like, and this is just my non-professional opinion, when you're combining multiple things, I just feel like it can increase your risk of getting injured. When if you just did the exercises separately, you would probably get a better result. I don't know.
I think number one, doing a lot of those exercises are not meant for all people. It's like a blanket program.
Yeah.
It's not, you know, and a lot of these people who are coming to these programs to lose weight, they're doing so because they have limitations of some sort. Nothing has worked for them in the past and they feel stuck and they feel like nobody can help them. And it may be because they have some big glaring health problem or a lagging injury or pre-existing injury. And a program that is just a template is not going to be optimal for them.
Yeah.
You know, I had a client who hurt herself doing burpees.
I hate burpees.
With weight. And like,
thank God you never have me do those.
I will never have you do those. I think
thank you.
The devil. I think they're
I hate them.
That amount of bouncing around is like, it's like my nightmare. So like, no, I'll never make you do burpees. Plus I'll never make anyone do anything they don't like. There's no point in doing that. If you don't like it, you're not going to be doing it. So,
that's true. That's when she was putting together this program that I'm on right now. She was like, is there anything that you don't want to be doing? And I'm like, no, I really, you know, I don't really, there's nothing really that I hate doing. There's things that I like the challenge of. Also, I know that I'm not normal in that aspect. I like the hard stuff. I like working towards a pull-up and I know that about me, but I know not everybody is like that and that's okay. So I love the fact that she asked me that because, you know, I'm sure at some point I'm gonna be like, hey, can we take a break with whatever? And she'll be like, yeah, do this instead. I'll be like, all right, cool. So yeah, burpees.
Yeah, there are a million trillion exercises of different variations. There is no reason for anyone to do something that they hate. There's just not. There's no benefit to it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's keep going. This is gonna get ugh.
But it's the truth. This is what's happening.
The truth
every day in our society is that people are not active. They're less and less and less active, and their phones and their TVs are taking way more of their time.
Yes, and sitting is the new smoking. I'm sure some of you have seen this and heard about this, but Dr. Levine, professor of medicine at Mayo Clinic, has some things to say about it. So look that up and check out what sitting for long periods of time actually does to us.
It's killing people is what it is doing.
Yeah, it's bad.
And that's why we're helping people see the
Yeah, it's
value of
bad.
getting active. It's important to get active for muscle protein synthesis, for muscle growth. And that is what we're wanting to do with our amino acids, is help sustain muscle growth. Because as you age, your muscles start to really lose strength.
Yeah, I think some of us.
You want me to pause? I could feel it.
Yeah, the 1990s called. They want their BCAAs back. What in the F? What is happening?
I have to play a sound effect.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Oh, God. Yeah.
Do they even, they don't know the words coming out of their mouths. They're like, it's just like buzzword time.
Yeah, marketing buzzwords. And that's something that I feel like we see a lot with MLMers. You know, they're trying to sell a product, something new that's coming out from their company, but it's typically a product. Like you can get whey protein and EAAs anywhere. And it's cheaper. I looked at the prices of these. You can get it cheaper anywhere.
Yeah, you know where I get my essential amino acids?
Wait, let me guess. Food.
100% food.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, my trainer, Susan, is incredible. If you guys don't follow her, you should, because she's amazing. And she'll answer any questions you have. So Susan, sorry for all the messages you're probably about to get. She doesn't take any supplements. She does everything through food. And also she is a bodybuilder that does competitions. And she is a natural bodybuilder. So I feel like we need to give her the flowers that she deserves. You know what I mean? So, because when I started working with her, I was like, so this is what I'm taking. She's like, yeah, you don't really, she was so nice. She was so nice. You know, you don't really need to, but if you like taking that, that's okay. And I was like, oh, okay. So what you're telling me is I don't need it. And she's like, yeah, you can get that through food. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, I do enjoy a good pre-workout though. I will say that. Absolutely. So anyways, let's keep going.
Maybe think muscle growth and
Yeah, her
gaining
arms
muscle
are
and building
sick.
muscle is just for guys to do, or those ladies that are competing and they just want big muscle for the sake of having muscles. But think this through. What moves us around? What holds our head up? Yes, we have our skeletal system, and you know, that's the structure, but without the muscles, we're not moving around. And if those are getting smaller, then we're more prone to injury. We're more prone to a lot of different things.
The irony of him saying that when they push a program that breaks down muscle.
That's the thing. Like, you know, and I've watched this a couple times already because some of it is just unbelievable. So I have had to rewatch it to understand how ludicrous the things they're saying are. But
Yeah.
like, taking amino acids to preserve muscle when you're in a severe deficit is not going to do what you think it is going to do. It's just not.
Yeah.
So like, throw away your money, buy your amino acids if you like the way they taste when you drink them. But like, why don't you just eat some food?
Yeah. I'm down for eating some food. Yeah. Patricia said, does she help menopausal women exercise? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 46, so you know, I'm knocking at the door here.
Her birthday was 2 days ago, you guys. 2 years ago. Her birthday was 2 days ago. I know. Love that. Happy late birthday again. Okay, let's just keep going with the ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Amino acids are pretty powerful things, and we're going to talk a little bit more about how do those work and what's the difference between that and protein.
Put one in the chat if you've had someone in your family maybe pass away from breaking a bone or fall, or their body getting weaker as they aged, so they had to be a lot more careful. Maybe they couldn't even walk prior to them declining in age.
Hey, Summer, I don't know if anybody's told you this. You're selling freaking whey protein and EAAs. Calm down.
Also,
It is
like,
so normal.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
feeding grandma whey protein isn't going to make her not break bones.
Yeah, if you're having trouble with mobility and instability, I would say that's a big risk factor.
Oh, these people. Erin.
I know. We're in this together, Susan, with all of our friends that are here.
Thank God. Okay.
We can do this.
Hmm.
My grandmother, actually, the reason why she ended up passing away was because she fell down the stairs. And that fall was like the last thing her body could take. I wish I knew what I know now.
Where's the context? Where's the context in that? You can't just say grandma fell down the stairs and passed away. Did she have a history of like stuff going on? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, Summer, you're trying to make it sound like it's this extreme thing and it's lacking major context.
Well, if grandma had had Optavia, Erin, you don't know. You don't know.
Well, get her on the 5-in-1, apparently. For legal purposes, that is a joke.
Yeah, dude, do not give this to grandma. No,
Please don't.
don't.
God, this is so crazy. Yeah, this is a perfect example. Sam said it here in the comments. Sob story incoming. This is a perfect example of using some sort of an emotionally manipulative story to try and scare people into taking whey protein and EAAs. I just need, like, I'm going to keep saying that probably over and over again because, hey, Mike and Summer, you can get that anywhere. Oh, Lord.
Prior to that, because I feel like I could have helped her stay strong, build muscle, and build that retention that we're helping everybody else build at this season.
So talking about muscle loss.
Uh-oh. Susan's going to rage. Look at her.
Seriously? She's insinuating that giving an 80-year-old amino acids is going to save their muscle? Get out of here with these people.
It's freaking crazy.
But, I mean, I could probably build muscle on 80. My father's 83, and I have him on a program because he was a bodybuilder when he was younger, and he's trying to hold on to muscle. He's still in the gym lifting weights. We lifted together last time I saw him. He's holding on to whatever he can. He's had to come down in weights. You know, it's been humbling, but he's doing it. So that's how you retain muscle on an 80-year-old, not by giving them EAAs from Optavia. Get out. Get out.
That's crazy.
Man, I hate this one. I just don't like it because I've been working out for years and years and been slowly building muscle. And in some ways it helps me. So I think it's good to hear the bad news sometimes and to hear the things that make us sad. That's very healthy because there's the reality. Oh, okay, this is why I've been working so hard and maybe not gaining like I want to.
Yeah.
So the healthy part of that is what can we do to change it? Or what can we do to at least alleviate some of this stuff? So the reality is muscle mass decreases 3 to 8% per decade after the age of 30. And then look what happens when we get up into the 40s and the 50s. I hit at 50 last September, so I'm hitting 51 in a few weeks.
I can tell you at 43 years old, I have not lost 8% of muscle mass. I've probably, I'm not 8%. However, I have built a ton of muscle. You guys have watched it.
That's right.
You literally have watched it. And DC told me, this was a couple months ago. She said, Erin, have you gone back and looked at some of your earlier videos? Like when you first started doing anti-MLM content? And I was like, no, why? And she's like, you should. And so I went back and I looked and I know you guys are only seeing like from here down. This is all different. it's crazy. So what, Mike? What are you talking about?
I mean, if you lay in a bed and do nothing, yeah, you're going to lose muscle. But like, if you actively are in the gym lifting with challenging weight, you don't have to be going crazy. You don't have to be, building muscle for competition. You don't have to do that, but you need to work with challenging weights. And, that's pretty much it. It's not a huge deal, but you don't just magically lose muscle. All right.
It's the fear mongering for me.
Oh, that's a lot. It compounds. So what are we going to do about it? We're just going to sit around?
No. We are going to introduce active to you, and that is what's so exciting about.
I'm sorry. Mike, are you for real? What are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to drink whey protein and EAAs from Optavia. What the hell? Y'all thought this was a good video to put out? Like, you're proud of this? Like, you're saying this with your whole chest?
I feel like these people if they were my parents, I'd probably run away.
Oh man, so the other interesting thing about this, I think that this product was released on September 1st, these few things that we see here. And if I remember correctly, I think Mike is battling prostate cancer. So it's really weird that he's talking about all of this stuff. And then especially saying, sometimes I think we need to hear the bad news. So it's giving that like toxic positivity that we see from MLMers where, I don't even know if toxic positivity is the right thing. Maybe it is, but it's odd to me that he would be facing this. And he's like, sometimes we need to hear the bad news. Sometimes we need to hear the sad news so that we, can understand, where we're going or just I just think it's so weird how, I guess it is toxic positivity. I don't know.
It's like avoidance, like distraction and avoidance there.
Yeah. That makes sense.
This is not, I mean, if he's trying to keep on weight in the midst of cancer, supplementing protein on top of his diet, if he's eating enough calories, is going to be great. But there's nothing magic about any of this stuff. There's just not.
It's very generic. I feel like it's a cash grab from this company.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Crazy.
About this, we're going to help you build muscle and get more sustained longevity from your current muscle so that you can grow upon what you've already been doing.
What?
As a child, we build muscle just by walking outside. As an adult, we need to be more intentional. We need to be more cognizant. We need to actually give our bodies what it needs to build upon these steps.
And the only way.
And you know what that is, Summer? Summer, you might want to write this down. You know what your body needs? Calories. It needs food. So it's really odd that you're claiming you're going to help people build muscle when you are literally providing people with a starvation diet that breaks down muscle and, in my opinion, creates the pathway for disordered eating and a terrible relationship with food that people learn to not trust themselves and takes all the joy out of food. Like, it's disgusting that you can sit up here and say this.
But neither of them are saying like where and how the muscle is coming.
Well, I think they're insinuating that you drink the whey protein.
Right, which is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Who's the audience here? Like, who are they speaking to?
Yeah, I thought about that too when I was just watching a little bit of this video. Who is their target market here? Because it feels like it's changing. At the beginning of this, it was people that are aging, and then now it's people wanting to build muscle. And I realized that people that are aging can also want to build muscle as well, but it just seems like they're switching their target market. I find it really odd.
way we're going to be building muscle is lifting heavy things. It's just the way it is.
But babe, I don't want to be like this bodybuilder type person.
Then don't lift super heavy things. Just
Right.
lift a little bit heavy things.
We
And
can-
that's the point.
we
Heavy
can-
thing is, it's a Stanley. It's very heavy. So if I was to do this 20 times in a row, I'm going to start getting tired. I might get a little sore, maybe not because I've been doing more than that in the gym, but if you've not worked out in a long time, maybe you've never done resistance training, just think of resistance as the way for us to grow stronger. So we push against this stuff, we push through the resistance. That's what's going on when you see these big dudes in the gym doing stuff.
Hey, Mike, there's also big women in the gym lifting heavy things as well as non-binary folks that are doing the same thing. It's not just guys. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes the women are lifting heavier things than the guys.
I say it again for the people in the back. It's very true. It's the misogyny for me.
And she's not countering him, so she's
Going along
taking
with it.
Good for her.
Sure. Yeah,
Well,
sure, honey, whatever you say.
He's just lifting his Stanley, so what the hell does he care?
I'm going to lift my carbonated water. By the way, I hope you guys have had some water and some snacks today, some food. Okay.
Actual food.
Not Optavia active. God forbid.
Supplementing. Some of them are probably doing some crazy stuff. That's not what's going on here.
Crazy
But
stuff.
what I've seen is so much change in my own physicality when I put myself under that stress and that mode for a while, but very carefully with trainers and people watching form and those kind of things. So I don't pull muscles. That's no fun because then you can't do anything for a long time. And then you're, losing that muscle again.
Yeah, we're not.
Mike, what are you talking about, my guy?
You know what helps retain muscle? Eating enough. Eating enough calories and eating enough protein retains muscle when you're doing nothing. If you take a week off from lifting and you don't want to lose anything, you eat at maintenance or above. That's what you do. So he can go play in a field for all I care. This man has no clue.
He has no idea what he's talking about. It's crazy.
Absolutely not.
Oh, Bipolar Plus, appreciate you so much for this.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you. It's very kind of you. All right, let's keep going.
We're not talking about extreme. What we're talking about is just getting more active than what you currently are. And
I'm sorry. Am I pausing this again already? Yes, I am. Now, I'm not talking about, this is what she's saying. I'm not talking about extreme, but I'm going to probably suggest you get on the 5-in-1, which is 800 to 1,000 calories, which in my opinion, that's pretty extreme. And then she's saying, okay, now we just want you to get more active. Well, Summer, how does that work when the majority of the customers are on a 5-in-1? Because most people don't transition. They just cycle in and out of the 5-in-1. So how does that work when you're not supposed to work you're not supposed to work out in the 5-in-1? Also, where does the whey protein and the EAAs work into those 800 to 1,000 calories? Do you have to give up a fueling for that? I can't.
And if that means for you getting up and walking around your house a couple times during the day, that's what I would encourage you to do. Taking these amino acids, even while you are not going to the gym, is still going to help your body restore muscle. And so this is something for everyone, whether your activity is bodybuilder or your activity is a little bit more on the sedentary side. It's really going to help all of us, which is really cool.
Susan, why would somebody with a sedentary lifestyle need to drink EAAs?
They wouldn't. The calories are minimal. I mean, it has calories in it, but they're minimal.
This is so crazy.
It's, if you want to take BCAAs or EAAs for recovery purposes or intra-workout while you're working out to maintain your glycogen stores. That's fine. But like these people, they're conflating goals here. I don't think they fully understand what the deal is. You know, they've gone into this kind of misunderstanding the whole role of amino acids and what they do and what they can't do. And for people who don't know better, you know, you can buy them anywhere. You can buy amino acids anywhere. You see them all over the place. You can buy them in ready-made drinks at the CVS if you want to. And just like anything else that is labeled and marketed properly, you know, people who don't know are just going to buy it. Oh, this is good for me, or this will help me do whatever I'm trying to do. But I mean, it's not. There's science to prove it. So it's such a cash grab. It's breaking my heart. You know, they've already duped people into this really destructive diet program that they have. And now, in order to kind of flip that and retain those people who they've already damaged and get more people who want to work out, they're doing this. This company can go jump off a cliff. I can't. They're you know, and I'm the one who has to fix all the people who get damaged. And I'll gladly do it, but I would rather not, because my goal is for people to get healthy enough to, you know, fly on their own.
Yeah.
So it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's gross. Every time I watch an Optavia video, I'm like, I can't believe they're saying this. They're going against the physiology of your body. I mean, they think that they're saying, they think that they're being helpful, you know, and then also these people that are already on the 5-in-1 cycling in and out, you know, not losing weight. And it's, you know, the trauma that does to the body, the metabolism. And then they pitch stuff like this, like it's a one size fits all. It solves all of your problems, even does, you know, the dishes for you. And it's like, it's whey protein and something to flavor your drink that has a little bit of, you know, amino acids in it. Like, it's not that serious. So I don't know.
It's not. And how much is Optavia per month, the 5-in-1?
If I remember correctly, and some of you guys in the comments may know,
$400?
I want to say it's like 400, 450, somewhere in there. Yeah. And that doesn't include your or doesn't include your lean and greens meals that you have once a day on the 5-in-1 that you have to get groceries for.
Yeah. You know what else equals 1,000 calories? 3 slices of pizza. I would rather have 3 slices of pizza a day and stay in a deficit than spend $400 a goddamn month on a stupid program with tiny little stupid meals that somebody else decided I was going to be good with. Give me pizza instead all freaking day. Yeah.
I don't have a sound effect for that, but I feel like it should be like a buzzer, like ding or something, because that, yeah. DC says, I think they made this because people couldn't be trusted with their lean and green, in my opinion. Yeah. So I wonder if that's what they're going to be coaching their people to do. I hope not, because the only food source that people are getting is that lean and green meal on the 5-in-1 plan. So if they're telling people to replace it with drinking the amino acids and then supplementing with a protein shake, I don't remember how many calories are in this protein shake, but I guarantee you it's not enough to be like a meal replacement.
Yeah.
Depending on people's goals, of course.
It's probably around 100 calories. That's kind of standard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, DC, thank you
for your patronage.
Appreciate you, my friend. Also, if you guys are not following DC, you should. As well as I saw a bunch of other creators in here. Tish is in here. Echo. Yeah. Support creators. 5-in-1 MLM? No thanks. 5 cheese pizza. Thank you so much for that super chat. Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you for your patronage.
Appreciate you.
Well, think back to the slide 1 or 2 back about all the muscle loss. Even if you don't do much of anything, walking around is resistance.
Yeah.
So there's gravity, it's pulling on you. Just moving around a little bit, standing a little bit more. Yes, you're gonna, even sitting around while taking amino acids can help retain some more of that muscle. like she said, it's very important for just about everyone.
And we're actually going to help challenge those in our community to up their level of activity. So as they're moving forward, so that they can start to build more muscle growth. It's going to be fun. This season is something that I'm really excited about, because we've been waiting for this for almost 9 years, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why do you have to wait 9 years for whey protein and EAAs? They have it at every local store. Summer, you don't have to wait 9 years for that, my gal.
Coaching for 9 years. So we're really excited that this is our new program. So Optavia active products, they are backed by science. They are made with quality ingredients. They are free from artificial colors, sweeteners, and flavors. Informed Sport Choice Certified, which is a global standard in sport nutrition quality control that ensures it attains no banned substances. I love what Optavia does. We are so cognizant of our products. We want to make sure that what's going in your body is fueling your body properly.
Because you're doing all this work. If you're working out right now without aminos, or maybe other aminos that are out there and you don't know, hey, that's a long ingredient list. I don't know how to say half these things. Well, that's
What?
a clue.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Mike, you know who's working out without aminos?
But what is he talking about? Aminos are aminos. It's a list of aminos. It's not a list of things you don't know what they are. They're literally a list of aminos.
He's just trying to sell a product. That's all this is about. There's
He's
no
the worst at it. He's just the
terrible,
worst.
terrible. Mike, do better.
No, don't do better. Just go.
Just go away.
Ugh.
Don't go live. Don't do any more Zooms. Get out of Optavia and eat some real food.
Have some pizza for
Have
F's
some pizza. That
sake.
sounds good. A steak sounds good too. What are y'all having for dinner? If you've already had dinner, or what was your last meal? Put it in the comments. Would love to know.
okay, let's talk about amino acids real quick. There's amino acids, there's protein.
Sorry, there is a bird outside taunting our dogs.
We literally have a roadrunner, a big one, like in the cartoons. Okay,
Like in the cartoons, really? It looks just like a roadrunner from the cartoons. Mike, are you okay?
God.
Do you need a snack? Do you need a Snickers? Oh, God.
so amino acids, protein, muscle. How does that work? Well, amino acids from diet. So our body does create some amino acids from different foods we eat. They are used to make the proteins and other biomolecules as a source of energy. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It's very amazing. And I'm excited that we have something that tastes really good.
Oh my gosh, put a 2 in the chat if you love the amino acids. I actually have never been a huge fan of mango. I love the orange mango. Well, I love them both, but I love the orange mango a lot. And
Mint says, I'm making mac and cheese with extra cheese, as you should.
Thank you for your patronage.
Appreciate you.
I love that they're fresh. And they're clean. I've had other aminos in the past and they just felt like too much, too something. And these are clean and fresh. They help support healthy muscle. They reduce muscle soreness after exercise. Put a 3 in the chat if you've used these and seen a change after you've worked out and pressed hard. And you're like, oh my gosh, wow, did I even do anything? I'm not even sore.
Hey, I'll say this. I've been taking aminos for quite a while.
We both have.
Oh, yeah, quite a while.
At least. Different brands, trying different things. Come on, Optavia winner. Come on, guys. We can do this together.
Mike.
What is this fresh and clean business?
I don't know, but you know what is fresh and clean? Actual mango.
It's about as fresh and clean as you can get. But the idea that I feel like she's appealing to some element of orthorexia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
somebody wants to be so pure in their food intake that they don't want anything that's foreign. Like, mother effer, everything is a little foreign.
Yeah.
Processed food is pretty much everything, unless it's picked off a tree, like a mango. So the idea that like your amino acids are fresh and clean, get out of here with that.
Yeah.
No.
Also, I feel like she is, because these people in particular, not these people, this company in particular, they don't want people necessarily eating fruit. So I think she's trying to say, well, listen, if you can't have the real mango, this is a good source that, you know, you can scratch that itch, if you will. I feel like that's what she's saying here. MLM No says your faces and reactions are everything. I'm laughing because I'm looking at Susan's face and I'm like, same, Susan. Same.
Thank you.
'Cause
I'm
it's
actually feeling a little hot. I'm like
Yeah.
so amped that I want to kind of reach through the screen and shake them voraciously.
Maybe if you shook them, some mangoes would pop out.
I mean, I hope they need them.
Please eat the mango. Okay, just eat
Please.
it. Sabrina says, just finished making homemade pizza buns. What I miss. You know, we're just, I guess this is a full-on snark on some Optavia, an Optavia video. I was gonna say training. It's not really training. They're trying to sell people on whey protein and EAAs like they're the end all be all, and they're gonna help people prevent muscle loss. And the irony,
they'll save the life of your 80-year-old grandmother.
Yeah. So if she falls down the stairs, she's going to be just fine. You know why? Because that's terrible. I shouldn't say that. I should not say that. But that's essentially what they're trying to say. Also, thank you guys for the super chats.
Thank you for your patronage.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, just eat the fruit, people. It's fine.
Okay, we're going to take this because I know how important aminos are.
Yeah.
Some of them work pretty well. Some of them I didn't notice much difference based on how sore I was feeling.
Susan, the people have spoken. Petition for Susie to start an anti-Optavia YouTube channel. I'm just saying, that's what the people are saying. You know?
Consider it considered.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Also, Julio 70, member for 21 months. Good Lord. Thank you. That's incredible. A needed BS session. Humor is good for us. You know, and sometimes, especially for me, especially with Optavia, I have to laugh. Sometimes I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable, but with Optavia, I'm laughing because what they are saying sounds so ignorant. And it goes against how our bodies operate so many times. It's just crazy.
I'm telling you,
It's a game changer.
These
right
here make me much less sore.
Yeah.
Every time I try it out, and I just did. If you lift weights and you really work out the high rep, so it's is it a loading week? I think we're doing at the gym, doing high rep. So 20 bench press, much lighter weight. But man, those make me much more sore than heavy weights. And I'm not. We'll see in a couple days.
But proteins are made from 20 different amino acids, 11 non-essential.
I'm going to pause this because what is he talking about with loading?
He's talking about the actual weights that he's using. You know, as like a heavier weight as opposed to a lighter weight. That's, you know, what he's loading with, what he's loading the bar with.
He made it sound like it was a specific way of training. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
like strength training versus hypertrophy, you know?
He doesn't need to. Maybe I should train him because I guarantee I could do better with him than he's doing for himself.
He needs help. Maybe we should help him. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to ask you that because when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, loading, what is he talking about? But he physically means loading the bar and then pushing the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird.
Essential amino acids and 9 essential amino acids. We're not going to go into all of this, but if you want to do more research, take a screenshot of this. It's absolutely incredible. We're going to bring on our first guest. I have
progressive overload, maybe.
Scroll through 2 times doing our program, but this time she's on a whole nother level. Megan Schubert, go ahead and come off mute and share a little bit about what's been happening in your life, in your family's life, in your husband's life since you guys have been active.
Oh, this is so bad.
Hello. Ooh, am I here?
I've featured this person, Megan, on my channel before. She was doing stories from her car, and she was talking about snack ideas. And what makes me sad about this individual is you can clearly tell, in my opinion, that she has disordered eating, because she's talking about different snacks. And the way, if I remember correctly, I don't know if you guys remember this video, but the way that she was talking about it was like, oh, and then I can have this. And it was like a little bit of something that wasn't really considered a snack. I don't remember exactly what her example was. I just remember her being in the car, and I remember her, there was another one where she was on her couch and she was just giving advice about food and eating. And you can clearly tell, again, in my opinion, that there's disordered eating. I mean, she's in Optavia. She is talking about the 5-in-1, taking in a very small amount of calories. We know already how dangerous that is. So that makes me sad, because these people build a following. They build a following. And just like I've talked about on other videos, you know, when you have people that follow you on social media, you should be ethical about what you are doing and saying and what you are advising people to do or not do. And, you know, I feel a sense of responsibility when it comes to me talking about my training or my food. And Susan and I have talked about this, you know, a lot of times, especially going into this deficit, because I didn't want to like shock everybody. And I think about that stuff. And I know other creators, especially other creators that are in the chat, and we think about this stuff. And so when we see other people that are using their following and pitching something that can be dangerous and unhealthy and create these terrible habits, it just makes me so mad, because it's like, I remember when I would have fallen for this stuff, and I would have tried the fad diets, and I would have tried all of that stuff. And it's taken me so long to work my way out of that, that I have a very low tolerance for it. So I'm glad Susan is here to help me with that, because I want to rage on these people because of the damage that they potentially could be causing other people.
Just flew. Welcome to this Zoom. I'm super pumped for y'all to be here. You know what? So let me tell you, in the picture in the middle, I actually was horrified to post that. I'm like, that I can't let people see
Why?
that. That's awful.
What's wrong with
my
that?
kids were like, when was that?
First of all, let me just say this. I don't know what environment she's taking that picture in, but this woman is standing in leggings and a sports bra. And so that's incredible, because there are a lot of people that would never be brave enough, if she's in a public space, to go out in leggings and a sports bra. So I don't know what she is seeing that is so awful. I think she looks great.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I first watched this video, I was like, yeah, she could lean out a bit, but there's nothing wrong with that body. There's nothing wrong with it. There'd be nothing wrong with it if it was 20 pounds heavier, but like, as it is beautiful. And
yeah,
so, you know, I think your assessment of her in the car about the disordered eating red flags that went up for you, there was, I guarantee, some pre-existing issues with her going into this, and they just get exacerbated. I'll tell you what, when you go into any kind of fitness journey with an unhealed relationship with your body and relationship with food, the closer you get to quote unquote your perfect body, the worse your body dysmorphia is going to get. It doesn't get better, it gets worse. So you better damn well be ready to accept yourself no matter what going into a health journey, because if you're not there already, no amount of weight loss or muscle gain is going to get you there.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine doing this deficit with how I looked at exercise and how I looked at food when we started working together last November. I mean, it's night and day difference. okay. All right. Hold on. She wanted to say hi and then she was out. I don't know.
Cute.
So that makes sense, you know, and it just makes me sad for her. You know, it makes me sad for these people that, because I was there, you know, where I'm really glad that I gave the content warnings that I did at the beginning of this, because I can remember getting on the scale in the mornings and what that number showed dictated my day. I can remember, you know, losing control of feeling like I lost control of what I was eating. I can remember what all that felt like. And now there's this sense of freedom. You know, you think that that things have to be so restrictive in order to get results, whatever those results are that you're chasing. It doesn't even have to be, you know, necessarily like in the gym or whatever, but like you think you have to be so restrictive and so laser focused and working super hard. And what I learned in all of this with working with Susan is, one, I was doing way too much. And I needed to work on my relationship with food, you know, because there was still a sense of, you know, I like eating, but that joy wasn't there. I think eating should be joyful. I think that you should be able to have what you want and then add to it what you need, you know? So it just makes me sad that people prey on other people's insecurities, specifically these MLMers, in my opinion, especially in this company where you have a new mom that has just had this baby and this miracle, and there's this pressure that society puts on them to get back into their pre-pregnancy genes and to look like they didn't have a baby in the first place. And it's just, I just find it so disrespectful on so many levels, you know?
Yeah. Like, this woman is not emotionally equipped to lead people down the same path. She's just not.
Yeah. Also, I love that we're having this conversation, and I love that you guys are here as we're having this conversation too.
That I gained like 25 pounds just nursing my baby in 3 months. And so that I weighed more there than I did when I had my boy, and he's 1 today. So that's exciting. But from January of this year, I said, I just have to start feeling better. I just feel so icky. I can't do it. And so I went all in, and like Mike and Summer, I have used aminos for years. I actually was on the like secret team with Optavia in trying the aminos 3 years ago. And I thought, these I've never felt better in. And so in January, my family, honestly, we just went all in with our health. My husband actually is the one that said, we're changing everything. Like I needed him to lead us, because
I need you guys to pay attention to what she just said, because the first time I watched it, I had to rewind it a second, because she changed everything. So keep in mind, this is somebody that's trying to sell you essential amino acids in a drink. That's what she's trying to sell. So whatever results she says she's getting from drinking aminos is not going to come from just drinking aminos. It's going to come from changing everything, just like what she just said. They always contradict themselves every single time, it feels like.
I was so in the hole in the pit, and he said, okay, there's no more junk food. Like, I'm going all in on my health. I've never seen him as committed as he was to his nutrition. He loves the gym. The gym is his jam. But nutrition wise, he was so structured. He's lost 50 pounds. He's lost just
from planning out his food, it sounds like. I hope he's not on the 5-1 and losing all that weight, because that makes me think, well, he's losing muscle too. So it doesn't make any sense to do any of that. But they changed everything. So that 50 pounds of weight loss, we can't really say it comes from the amino acids, like she's kind of alluding to at this point. We can't really say, because the context isn't given, you know?
this year, I want to say 17% body fat. Since,
Ugh.
gosh, what was it? December, one of our other kids has put 10 pounds of muscle on.
That is a content warning I did not give, and I apologize, you guys, because she's going to start talking about her kids, weighing her kids' body fat, and I think that that's disgusting. These are babies that are still growing. Maybe they're older or something. Children are babies. I call them babies.
I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're in high school. That is not no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So content warning. And I apologize for not giving that at the beginning. I actually forgot that she talks about her children in this way. And Mint says it sounded like her husband called her fat too, which that's awful. Awful. Also,
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate your super chat. So just prepare for that. And yeah.
And he's still like 8% body fat. One of our other kids has put like 7 pounds of muscle on, and he's 10% body fat. My daughter has slimmed up. She is swimming 3 times a week. She's competing. Like, it's next level, guys. We are on a new level.
Where's the proof for these body fat percentages? What are you putting them in a DEXA scan? Because unless you are, or I doubt you're at home with calipers, and I doubt you know how to read calipers.
Yeah.
You don't know. This woman is like,
And I don't know how old is her daughter. I would love to know how old her daughter is. Swimming is a very intense exercise. So you are definitely going to have to increase your calories, especially if you're swimming 3 times a week. So the fact that she's like, and my daughter's slimming down, and it makes me just wonder, how old is this kid that she's talking about? I don't know, obviously, but I would never talk about my children that way. I would never be thinking, I wonder what their body fat is. Like, what?
Yeah, no. I mean, this is so damaging. Like,
Yeah.
For real damaging. It's just, okay, go on.
Think about, I think this is where you were going with it. Think about the habits that her children are picking up from, number one, watching her in her disordered eating, in my opinion. And the work that they are going to have to do in order to undo all of that for themselves as they get older. This is, I don't even know how I want to word that. I just think it's disgusting. Like I just don't look at my kids and go, I wonder what their body fat percentage is. I wonder what they weigh. No, like, yeah. Sabrina, thank you so much for this super chat. She says, I wish more people would be happy with their body, getting them from A to B, My body lets me walk and move, and I'm just happy with that. And you know what, Sabrina? That's incredible. That's amazing.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Over here, because at some point we had to say we're taking responsibility. And let me tell you, since June, with taking the active line, because I've been taking aminos since January, but
3
June
months.
is when some of us coaches got to try it. I've lost.
I'm going to pause her before she finishes that sentence to debunk what she just said. She said, I've been taking aminos since January. She started on the Optavia aminos since June. At the beginning of this portion of the video, she said they changed everything. She goes on later to say that they changed how they were eating. And I do believe she mentions that she started working out, but she's going to talk about weight loss that she had. And she's trying to make it sound like it's from drinking the Optavia aminos that started in June. Do you see how it's like? So are the changes from drinking Optavia's aminos, or are the changes from all of the changes that you made, including how you were eating and also your activity levels? I mean, we know the answer to that. Susan and I know the answer to that, but like, she's trying to pitch it like, listen, I lost 50 pounds. And the reason that they are so hung up on weight, in my opinion, especially people in this company, is because that is how they measure success in their company. They will say the success of your business is based on the size of your waist. They will say a body and fat burn, meaning on the 5 and 1, is a business on fire. They have these little catchphrases because everything in this company is dependent on the size of the body. And that is disgusting. And
It's
now she's
so gross.
passing this on to her kids. Yeah.
So gross.
7 pounds of body fat, which is a lot in my eyes. I think that's a lot. I have gained 4 pounds of muscle, and since June, I've lost another 10 pounds. And I wasn't a fast loser in my weight loss this time around. And so that's actually
good.
Yeah,
you should not be. Go ahead, Susan.
You know
Same
why
time?
she wasn't a fast loser? Because she's
Tell
at
us.
a normal body weight. The more normal your body weight is, the harder it is to lose weight because you're at a normal body weight.
Yeah.
If you're obese, you can lose a lot of weight very quickly by doing very little. The more you lose, the harder it gets. That is completely normal. So yeah, if she wants to lose weight from the point she's at now, it's going to be really hard because there's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah.
And I wish she could see that because it's breaking my heart.
Yeah. I think she looks incredible. You
She
know,
does.
I don't know if she is on the 5 and 1. I hope she's not. I hope she's, you know, eating enough calories to sustain what she's doing in the gym if she's still going to the gym. And, you know, that, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's very sad. Also, just like you said earlier, how is she measuring body fat? How is she measuring the amount of muscle unless you have a DEXA scan,
Yeah,
you know,
she
where it
doesn't
tells you how
know.
much your bones weigh.
She doesn't know. She's throwing out numbers and it's so unethical.
It makes me sad for her. Also, I hope that the people following her don't actually listen to her.
I think they do. And I think
I hate it.
I hate it too. She doesn't deserve to be a coach.
Yeah.
Because the way she's looking at her own success, if that's how she's treating the people under her,
Imagine.
Oh,
yeah, imagine. Yeah. And, you know, situations like this, companies like this are the reason why when you and I started working together, and remember when I was like, I don't know what to call you. Like, are you my trainer? Are you my coach? And I was like, I can't call you coach because of, you know, all the stigma that comes with all of these coaches that think that they know what they're doing and they have no idea. And I'm like, well, I'm going to call you my trainer. So sometimes you guys may hear me call her my coach or my trainer, but I just have the, like, coach gives me the ick unless you're actually coaching sports. So like a trainer to me is like, she's helping me with everything. I don't know. That's just my kind of thing that I need to work through, I guess, when it comes to all of this. But this is why I'm like, ugh, coach, you know, unless like, you know, basketball coach or something.
Proof in the pudding that our program and what we're about to give you actually works. I'm stronger. I have more energy, and our aminos, our EAAs are different than anything out there.
Meanwhile, they have the very same ingredients as every other EAA out there. That's why they're called essential amino acids.
That's just what they are. They can't be anything more or less. It's just...
That's like, let me just stop. I don't even have an example that is so ludicrous what she just said.
So I don't know. I think, you know, the proof is in the pudding, but these will change the trajectory of your fitness.
Do you realize she just said pudding like 3 times? I think she's preoccupied.
I think she needs a snack.
Pudding. She needs some pudding. Just get her some pudding.
I
Mango
think we
pudding.
should. Mango pudding.
Mango pudding.
Oh my God.
Mike and Summer, I just thank you for always journeying with me. And I just want to invite you guys to, not Mike and Summer because they already do it, but invite your family in on this, because
Please don't.
The family conversations and dinners and the way that our kids are showing up now versus when they were in January is like, It's a different family. And so I'm grateful for that.
Megan, I love that. I love your story. And I love the fact that we are.
Does their sign back there say "Be the Shine"?
It does. And I don't even think that makes sense.
That makes no sense to me. Maybe it's like a commercial cult inside thing that only people in their cult know about. It's like a secret code.
These people are so gross. Erin, why did you make me watch this?
I love you so much for doing this with me.
Oh my God.
Oh God. We can do it. We can do it.
Really seeing, a change in family dynamic. Like, this is what this program is doing. What we're doing is we're training parents so that they can train their kids. Our oldest son lost 35 pounds on our program. He just sent us his in-body results, and he's putting on muscle and losing fat.
I'm sorry. Your son just lost 35 pounds. When they say on the program, in case you happen to be new, that is I'm going to say culty, because they have like their own kind of things that they say. They don't call the 5 and 1 the 5 and 1. They call it being on program. They call it being in fat burn. They call it all these different things than what it actually is. And the fact that their son was on program tells me that their son was on one of either the 5 and 1 or the 4 and 2. The 4 and 2 is essentially 4 of their fuelings, their processed garbage, in my opinion, and 2 lean and green meals. So it's not that many more calories. Granted, it's more than the 5 and 1, but why would, and I don't know how old their son is. I have no idea, but 35 pounds being on program, I just feel like these are major red flags for me.
Our middle son is like at 8% body fat, and he's trying to stack on muscle right now. It's just a beautiful thing when health doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone around you. And that's what we've gotten to see with Megan. She's leading the charge of it.
Yeah, what a beautiful gift.
Uh-oh, Susan. She's going to drop bombs.
No, so this is interesting. So a few sentences ago, she mentioned in-body. So in-body is a body fat scan. So that must be what they're all sending their kids to.
Oh.
So it's basically bioelectric impedance. So you hold on to those handles, you stand right, and they send the current through, and they kind of it's kind of accurate. It's not the most accurate thing, but it's widely used at a lot of gyms. It's pretty easy to access this piece of equipment, so a lot of gyms will have it. And so you can get like a basic readout, but the fact that they're sending their kids, like that's not a game. Like you could seriously do damage to a young person, getting them to chase numbers forever and ever and ever and find value in those numbers if you start them valuing body fat levels at a certain age.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just gross. It's gross for a parent to think that's a good idea. It's not a good idea.
No.
Giving your family, Megan.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
You're giving the gift of first doing it and then showing them how to do it. And now they know how to do it, and they're going to be able to cultivate that.
Yeah.
And eventually their kids.
Yeah.
If they continue with it. And that's the point. And that's the key. Man, it's about moving. And if you've noticed, everything Megan was saying had to do with being active. That's why it's called active, moving, lifting, doing something active.
Well, and one thing I love too is that Optavia is taking this from just weight loss to building muscle and going to the next level. So this Optavia Active Whey protein is for those people who have reached a healthy weight, maybe even want to put on muscle. They don't have fat to lose, but some people, like I know that my Mike has dealt with this, are always skinny, right, babe?
Yeah, it's frustrating for guys.
It can be really frustrating.
Very frustrating. And it's one of those things, well, you can't talk. Must be nice. Like, no, it's not. It's very frustrating when you're working your butt off and nothing's happening.
Yeah.
But there's
If you're working your butt off and nothing is happening, I bet it's because you're not taking in enough calories, Mike.
That's right. You know, hard gainers, you know that term?
No, I have not. I have not heard that term.
Yeah, some people are like, I'm a hard gainer, and their claim is that they just have a hard time putting on muscle, no matter how much they eat. Total bullshit. They're just not eating enough. You can have a
Makes
really high
sense.
metabolism, and that's a thing. But if you're not putting on muscle for the amount of work that you're putting in, it means you are not taking in enough calories. And if that means you have to get uncomfortable in the amount of calories you take in, then that's what you have to do. And there are people who do that. There are bodybuilders who have to eat so much that they feel physically uncomfortable, but they do it because they want to put on muscle. And we're talking like, 4,000 or 5,000 calories.
That is so many. That is so many. Me trying to fathom. So we have figured out that my maintenance is 2,100 calories a day. Right now I'm taking in 1,800 because we're doing a small deficit. So me thinking 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day and the amount of time it would take to work up to taking in that many calories and like the cycling between maintenance and all of that. Wow.
It's actually stupid easy to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've had a couple 5,000 calorie days, and it was stupid easy to get there. And I was like, that was scary.
You're like, that was scary how easy that was. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. And it depends what you're eating, right? Like if you eat like something that's calorically dense, it's going to be really easy. But if you're eating like really clean foods, and I hate that term, but like very nutritious, healthy foods.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to get there, but yeah, it's not that hard.
Interesting. Oh my God. I can't imagine what I would feel like. Maybe one day we'll get there. I don't know.
Oh, there's a question.
Yep. Brandy said, Susie, can you talk about hydration drinks like Liquid IV and LMNT? Is that how you say that brand?
LMNT. I've not heard of LMNT, but that's it's a very clever name because it sounds like element and tea. Oh, that's so clever. Yeah, not necessary. They're just electrolyte drinks. You want electrolytes? Just put a little salt in your water. It's really not a big deal. You could save a lot of money.
It's really just about the flavor then.
It is, and like I like those little like flavor drops. Just because I don't really like drinking plain water, so I have a thing for the little Tang flavor drops.
Okay.
They taste like Tang.
Cool.
Because it makes me feel like a kid. So
I love that.
Yeah, and it doesn't have any calories in it, and it just makes my drink orange. And I just put it in my water.
A little bit of flavor.
And it's it's sweet, but it doesn't have calories and has a little bit of sodium in it. So it kind of fits the bill. And any kind of like liquid IV things, they're just infused with like B vitamins and electrolytes, which are just salt and sometimes magnesium. But they're not necessary. It really just is a waste of money at some point.
Yeah.
Even even like Dasani water, if you open a Dasani, you'll hear it go psst.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You actually hear it. You know why? Because it has sodium in it.
Oh.
If you read the back of a Dasani, it has a little bit of sodium in it, and that's why it goes psst when you open it. So that in the grand scheme of waters that you can choose, that would be like a water with built-in electrolyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The things that I learned from her are insane, you guys. Insane. So, Brandy.
Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I appreciate you. And tell your wife I said hello. Okay.
There's stuff happening. There's strength. But it doesn't feel like it.
But you got to learn how to fuel your body right too.
Yes, I was not fueling correctly a long time ago, and I've been learning that over the years, and I'm honing it and getting better and better. And now we're being more and more equipped to do that.
And this whey protein, it activates muscle protein synthesis. It helps support healthy muscle and it helps build muscle mass and strength. It supports post-workout muscle recovery as well. This is for you that are like, I've been at my goal weight. I've been at my goal weight now for 8 years and I'm taking my health to another level. This helps us do just that.
So I feel like when they say it's helping me take my health to another level, I feel like what they're referring to is what they call ultra health. And ultra health is somewhere around 19% body fat. So they will coach people to be on the 5-in-1 until they reach their goal weight, even though their own disclaimer says, you should only be on it for 12 weeks. They coach people allegedly to stay on it until they reach their goal weight. And then at that point, they go into this transition program where they start eating more calories. Well, when you start eating more calories, more than likely you're going to put some weight on. And I feel like that's how they cycle in and out of that. I think that there are very few people in this company that reach ultra health. And I think that, and even that name, them calling 19% body fat ultra health, is a manipulation tactic. 19% body fat is not going to work for everybody.
In fact, there comes a point in body fat levels where your hormones tank. It's for women, it's usually around 15%, and it's not for everybody. Some women can get away with getting much leaner than that and staying okay, but like for the most part, especially if it comes off really quickly, like they do in this program, that's where you run into like thyroid problems and adrenal problems and menstrual problems. So it's, and here's another thing I'd be really, really interested to know. If they are developing this whole new branch of the program because some lawsuits had come up. If some people got really sick, or some people got really damaged and ended up in the hospital, or in eating disorder facilities, if some people sued, because this seems like, and it's obviously a cash grab, right? But also I feel like it's also like a knee-jerk response to like bullshit that you've been developing this for 9 years. Come on. So
it's whey protein. It's whey not protein. That serious.
Like I could start a whey protein brand tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Brand it.
Let's make that happen.
But I think that somewhere along the line they were, being litigiously cautious, and this is their way of a fail-safe.
I mean, that makes sense. And it also goes along with what you were saying. You think that they were doing at the beginning of this too. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Really exciting. These are products that we have to go purchase through other companies. Couldn't always trust what the ingredients were. We know we can trust Optavia because they go the next step. Optavia Active is one of this guy on the screen right now. I just cannot wait for you to get to.
I'm just going to say this. Rom did not achieve these results from drinking Optavia Active that just came out to some of the distributors in June. Impossible.
Totally impossible.
Yeah.
To know him better, he is the epitome of Optavia Active. He's literally changed the game in his health.
Yeah.
And brought a ball of energy with him.
Yeah, Ram. It was just so good to connect with you. I don't know how many different times we have hanging out and hearing your story and then hearing your backstory. It's powerful, man. And I love that you as well are leading your family.
Yeah. So Ram, take it away, buddy.
What is up, everybody? How are we doing? So let me talk about my story just a little bit before I get into Active. I'm gonna try not to go too far because I can get a little bit winded.
See, but here's the thing. We don't need your story. If your products were so good, people would find them because they are good. And the marketing, if it were like a retail brand, people would find it because of quality marketing and advertising. You wouldn't have to sell a whey protein and lace it with your sob story. It's a whey protein. People that are looking for that know where to look for it. They don't need to be sold on a sob story. I don't walk into whatever store. I think it's Vitamin World is where I get a lot of my products. Like if I like my pre-workout and stuff, I don't walk into any of these types of supplement stores where I'm buying a pre-workout or creatine and they tell me their sob story about creatine. And then I go, that's the one. That's the one. That's not how that works. Only in MLM do you have to emotionally manipulate your audience by telling a sob story in order to get them to buy an expensive product. And then once you're in with this company as a customer, you are pressured to become a distributor in the company that they call a coach. And then you are coached on how to do, I can't even remember what they call it. It Works calls it a host a post, where you put a before and after picture and you talk about weight loss, and then you are marketing it to all of your family and friends. Like, this is not a sustainable business model. It's not a sustainable product. The claims that they are making are dangerous. And quite frankly, I'm embarrassed for them. That's all I got for that one.
At times, but weight loss has always been an issue in my life. I've always been overweight, even as a youngin'. When I got into junior high and high school, started getting into athletics, thinned out a little bit, but I always knew it was there. And even though some people would tell me, "Oh, you're so athletic and you can do this and you can do that," deep down inside, because of the turmoil of being heavy as a youngin', it was always in my mindset that no.
And that is why maybe seeking therapy instead of Optavia maybe would benefit. If you are constantly thinking of the turmoil, and that really sucks that he had to go through that. That's disgusting. Like, ugh. But instead of doing something extreme like joining Optavia and then, getting other people into Optavia, maybe seek therapy. And that's not me I'm not being snarky when I say that. We stand therapy on my channel in case you happen to be new. I think therapy is an incredible tool and it helps people with so many things. But what he's saying here is he needs help with this issue. And in my opinion, he needs to see a therapist to help him process that. Because I don't know him. This is just my opinion. And at the end of the day, I'm just somebody on the internet. But it makes me feel like he doesn't identify that because of those issues in his, growing up, that's exactly how he was sucked into this. He's not making that connection.
Yeah, thanks. But no, I know I'm not there. I'm still fat. It wasn't until later in life at a reunion, class reunion, I think it was like 20-year reunion, that, some of my former classmates came up and they were like, "Man, you were so athletic back then. I looked up to you." And that just kind of blew my mind, because I would have never thought somebody was looking up to me even back then, because I wasn't looking up to me. I didn't have the mindset of thinking that I was that person.
That's sad.
And so, I always struggled with that. And even early, just early on, then, back working out was always something that I did because of athletics, but back then in the beginning, when I was real little, I wanted to lose weight, because that was my uncle would tell me, "Hey, go do this exercise so you can lose weight." And he would kind of, bribe me. And so you lose 10 pounds this week, I'll buy you a video game. So yeah, of course
10 pounds this week.
Yeah. So right here is proof of the trauma that can happen from instilling these ideas onto a kid that the other people here are doing. Right?
It's so sad.
It's his trauma that has kept him in this place for so long.
That's awful.
And I'll tell you what, like, most people who are overweight or obese have some element of trauma that has led to where they are. It's not a lack of discipline. It's trauma that you have developed coping mechanisms for. So when you lose the weight, that's when the hard part begins, because the weight isn't there anymore to protect you from the trauma. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. They think their problems will be solved once they reach their magic weight. And that's when it gets really, really hard, because those things are still there and they're more raw than they ever were.
Wow, interesting. Huh. I'm sad for him.
Yeah, big time.
I'm a youngin' and I want to do it. So I'll try to do my best and starve myself, to get those 10 pounds out. But then even back when I was playing, I was in the gym to get stronger. It wasn't to lose weight. It was all about getting stronger and getting bigger. And, then as I got older and stopped playing, getting into the gym was about losing weight. And as we know, getting in the gym to lose weight is not the way to do it. If you're not feeding yourself the right foods and doing the right things with your nutrition, it doesn't matter how much time you put into the gym, you're not going to get to where you're wanting to get in your health. And so, going to the doctors and them telling me, I was morbidly obese and high blood pressure and blood clots, my knees were hurting, my back was hurting, all the reasons to want to lose weight. But we tried everything. We all know about that yo-yo dieting that we talk about. That was me. I tried everything.
And what do you think the 5-in-1 is? The people that cycle on and off the 5-in-1, that is yo-yo dieting. It's like, how do they not see if they have any customers at all that are cycling on and off? It's like, oh no, yo-yo dieting is over there. And they don't recognize that people coming on and off of the 5-in-1 all the time is the epitome of a yo-yo diet. Oh my God, I hate this so much. Why did we do this, Susan? Why did we do this to ourselves? Are y'all good in the comments? Are you guys good that are watching? Shout out also to the replay crew. This is really icky.
It's getting kind of heavy, so
yeah.
Okay.
And I would lose a little bit and then gain it all back, lose some more, gain it back, and then some. And thank God for this program, and seeing some of my friends, that had lost the weight and just asking them what did you do? And just, trying one more diet. But, I learned that it wasn't a diet anymore. This is a lifestyle change. And after all that, I didn't really think I could really do it. My coach had told me, what's going to be your goal? So I want to lose 100 pounds. And he was, well, why do you want 100 pounds? And I was like, well, for two reasons. One, because I don't think it's going to happen, and two, because it's never happened, for me. And because most I've lost before was like 30 pounds, and I was working out in the gym hours and hours and hours and starving myself. And of course, all that came back. So I'm glad to say after 6 months in the program, I lost 100 pounds. That 100 pounds came off. And then at that point, I wanted to reset my goal. So I wanted to go for another 40 more. So I've lost 115 pounds now, and really, really excited when the active came out, because I'm about working out. I know getting into the gym and this and that, but with 5-in-1, being on active is also super, super important.
Being on 5-in-1 plus active is important. In what way?
Yeah. How about we focus less on reaching a goal weight and more just a goal body composition?
I love that.
Like, can we let go of this weight business? Because it's a moving target. It's just not a good one to chase.
Yeah.
This is sad. He's so sad.
It is very sad. But I'm glad we're talking about it, because hopefully we can help people through the conversation, and also for you guys that are commenting, we can help people not go down this path. Or maybe we can help people say, you know what, I never thought about it that way. Maybe I should see, and if they have the resources to do so, maybe I should talk to a therapist about this. Or maybe I should work with professionals and figure this out in a healthy way. That is the whole reason that I am doing this, and that I asked Susan to come on and for us to have this conversation. And that's a lot of, we talk about this often, what I want to do on my social media through sharing my experience, and I don't know, this just makes me sad. And I hope that by us covering it, it's going to prevent people, hopefully, from going down the same path, and or maybe identifying, hey, maybe I should see a therapist. Maybe I should work with a professional instead of just, not eating enough or whatnot, Even
though they tell us go moderate. And I was doing that. I was going moderate, but then I also saw that I was losing some strength, even though I was doing a little bit of activity 2 or 3 days a week, walking, or this and that, but learning about the EAAs coming out, I said, well, let me try that, and got on the Active 30 challenge. And man, I saw the results right away. I mean, before I would get into the gym and I'd push it real hard for a day, and then I couldn't walk for like a week. And so this, when I got active, I'm like, I was worried about that. So let me take it slow, and I'm going to do just the high reps and low weight, and I'm going to do my aminos. And well, after that first day, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the soreness. I was like, whoa, that's different.
What is this man doing? Why?
He doesn't know.
Why is he annihilating himself in the gym? Like, that's your first problem, sir.
Agreed.
Second of all, like, you don't have to ditch heavy weights. If anything, it helps to maintain the amount of weight that you're lifting to retain your muscle and build as you go. You don't want to, this idea that like shifting to higher reps and lower weight is going to like, you know, help lean you out is complete garbage. That's not how that works.
Can you explain to everybody how you know you're lifting an adequate weight? For those of you that lift weights, I think this is still something that I am continuing to learn. Obviously, I'm doing different exercises. So I feel like every time we start a new meso cycle, I'm like, okay, I got to learn like where I need to be. But can you explain to people how they can determine the proper weight for them in whatever exercise they're doing?
Yeah. So, you know, first, I think it's important to kind of separate from any kind of ego when it comes to how much weight you're lifting. That being said, you want it to be challenging. So I think a lot of people have a hard time differentiating the feeling of discomfort with actual pain, right? So there will come a point at the end of a set where it gets uncomfortable. The weight gets uncomfortable, and your muscles will start to fill with lactic acid. So you might get a burning, or it might get like really hard. Your speed might slow down in a rep, right? But if you can complete the set with perfect form, regardless of how quick you're moving, and you don't want to move quick. I should preface that, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, you will slow down at the end. But you want to maintain perfect form. If your form breaks, it's too heavy. So it needs to, and there's a balance, and everyone needs to find their balance. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's just trial and error until you get there, right? So you have to maintain perfect form and have it be a little challenging by the last couple reps. And that's how you know.
Thank you for answering that. I feel like that's really important, because there's, you know, I just remember trying to gauge that when I was first starting. You know, I was I don't know what I was training for before you and I started working together. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was throwing some heavy weights around.
You were lifting a lot of weights.
I was lifting. Yeah. And I have learned that I am very strong, but it doesn't mean that I need to be training for strength every time. And training for hypertrophy has been really incredible. And that's, in my opinion, why I've built the muscle that I have with your guidance. So I think that it's just important, you know, and you and I have talked about this a lot. And I feel like there are people that go into the gym and they think, oh, I'm going to grab the 5 pounds, and they're like, okay. And they're kind of afraid to pick up the heavier weight. Maybe that's a 7.5, maybe that's a 10 or a 12.5. You know, because they're afraid of getting bulky. And so I think that just gauging how you feel through the exercise and those last 2 or 3 reps, however many reps you're doing, you know, just, hey, this is, I got to really pay attention here. I got to really focus here, has been really beneficial for me in the gym. And what I have found is that I have lowered my weights just a little bit, depending on the exercise, so that I can focus on the form and also really push in those last few reps with good form. So I'm glad that you answered that question, because I think that's important for people.
Yeah. And, you know, every day might be different in terms of how much weight you're able to use comfortably. You know, there are plenty of days where I go in where I don't feel as strong, and that's okay. It doesn't mean I lost muscle. Maybe I didn't sleep enough, or maybe my meals weren't adequate that day. or whatever. Maybe I'm sad and that is affecting my strength. Like that counts too, right? So
Yeah.
Anything can be a factor, but it's important not to give too much weight to that. Give too much weight to whether or not you're using as much as you did the last time, because your body doesn't know the difference.
Yeah,
Your
that was
body
definitely
only
something I
knows-
was doing.
Yeah, your body only knows, is this heavy right now? Can I do this right now? That's all it knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we talked about this.
Okay, let me go again. Let's keep going. Day 2, energy, more energy. I wanted to do more, but then I had to kind of slow down. Hold on, you're still 5 and 1, so keep it moderate. You know, want to do the exercise, but I already feel the strength.
I'm sorry, you're on the 5 and 1 and you're working out? So you're taking in 800 to 1,000 calories. You're boosting your calories, what, 50, 60, maybe 75 calories with the aminos, and you think that's enough for you to work out on the 5 and 1? Are you kidding me?
He just said his strength dipped and he got upset. So
now we know why.
We know why.
Hey, I can't remember what his name is. You're not eating enough. That's your body screaming that it needs calories. So, oh God, Clown Town, Val and Gus, what's up? If y'all are not subscribed to their channel, you should. They're incredible human beings, and I'm so glad you are here. And I'm so glad that this conversation is bringing people, I'm going to say value. That feels very MLM of me, and I apologize. But we've talked about doing this for months, reacting to something, talking about something, and maybe in the future, and Susan, we can talk about it too if you want. Maybe we can just do kind of like a Q&A or, you know, something where people can come and ask questions if you're comfortable doing that. And you don't have to say yes or no now, like we can talk about it. But yeah, if you guys are loving having Susan here, definitely if you could show her some love in the comments, that would be amazing. And all of her information, if you want to connect with her on social media, is in the video description. You can find her on Facebook and you can find her on Instagram. She just posted a picture. Well, she posted a birthday picture, but the one, I think, was the birthday picture the back picture?
No, that was the day before or something.
Okay, listen, guys. If you've not seen her back, I mean, all of it, but like that picture, I sat there and I was like, this is goals right here. This is incredible. You could see all, it's amazing. Anyways, go and check her out, interact with her. And yeah, just show her some love in the comments if you would. I appreciate you guys.
Strength coming back, not super strong like it used to be, but just what I didn't have, you know, going in, doing the moderate stuff. But I feel the muscle, you know, I feel the energy, that those aminos are really, really pushing me to the next level. And the greatest thing I saw in those 30-day challenge was I was averaging probably at 1 or 2 pounds of weight loss before I got active, but I lost 5 pounds that first week on active. And I just like, whoa, okay, that also helps. I'm in the gym and I'm eating right and I'm doing the program right, and I lost 5. So my goal was that 30 days to lose 10 pounds, because I was only averaging like 1 a week, which was fine. I was good with that because I was moving forward, you know, but I lost the 10 pounds.
I have to read this. So Echo is my friend Tish, and Tish said the back picture. I messaged Erin immediately because I shared it in my stories. Oh, wait, hold on, Brandy. Ma'am, you're getting a little wild. Okay. First of all, Erin is so last month. I'm totally all about Susie. Brandy.
Oh, no.
I will take away the shoulder smolder, ma'am. I will tell your wife. We are not breaking up. Okay. All right.
Guess what I'm doing next week? We're starting another challenge with an accountability group and staying active and just loving it. And my wife is getting active now. My son, who played football as well back in the days when he was growing up, I wanted to work, we got to work out together. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it with you, Dad. But now he's seeing my videos and seeing me in the gym. He's like, Dad, let's go work out. I'm like, all right, let's go work out, buddy. Let's do it. And so we're getting back and just loving it, and hope you guys get active with me, because this has been the best thing for us.
Oh, no.
Love you, dude.
Yeah, man.
What a great story. I love that.
What's so powerful about
It's a sad
boy,
story.
to sit here and interview you? Number one, wow, you're preparing your body to do more things,
to
create more memories, to create more experiences. And I think something that we don't talk about, I talked about earlier, how we're feeling. I think Rom's feeling good, feeling excited.
That's right.
The way that our brains tell our body what to do can change everything from sickness and disease to health and vibrance. It's mind-blowing how powerful that is. When you can get excited about things. Oh man, and I'm so excited about what we have in Optavia.
I'm going to pause this so we can actually look at this.
Whoa. That bumps the cost up to what? $600?
Oh, easily.
Yikes.
I think I saw somebody say earlier the 5-in-1 is $430 a month.
You can buy lean cuisines for less and still lose weight. I mean, it's shitty food, but you know.
It's better than the 5-in-1. It's better than Fuelings.
Oh my God.
This is crazy. So 2 servings of the EAAs. So I think if I remember correctly, when I looked, it's a 30-day serving. So you would have to order 2 bags of or 2 whatever. Yeah, packages, if you will, of the EAAs a month. So yeah.
You know what I feel like? I remember you saying how when you were in Prove It, how everyone was like subsisting on ketones, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this is their version of that with the EAAs. Like they're getting people to subsist on EAAs. Like if you're that hungry throughout the day, like here, just take this and it'll sustain you.
Yeah. I think the kind of jumping tracks just for a second, talking about ketones and sustaining you. And I think the saddest thing that I'm seeing right now from the people that are experiencing grief from the loss of Jesse Lee is there are people that are saying that they're drinking ketones to make them feel better. That's not how grief works. That's not how science works. Anyways. It reminded me because I've been sent some of these stories and I'm like, that's not how this works. And it's not a miracle product. This is not a miracle product. You know, it's just, a lot of you saw it.
It's the emotional manipulation for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. You know, if you're grieving, which many of us are, feel the feelings. Feel all of them. Go through the process. Allow yourself to feel. There's nothing wrong with that. But to say that an MLM product is going to make you feel better, that's like saying that if you have lost somebody, that taking the MLM product is going to bring that person back. And that's not how that works. Like, it's just ludicrous to even say that.
It's gross.
Yeah.
So many new ways to get healthy. It's powerful. And this is just one of them, the 5-in-1 active.
Yeah, we have the 5-in-1 active plan. And this is for you guys that are really needing to lose more than 15 pounds or more. So your exercise is very beginner, moderate. This program is for you. So if you are familiar with Optavia, it's 5 fuelings a day, 1 lean and green. But with the active plan, you now take 2 servings of the essential amino acids. And
so
this
have
is
to order
a game
2
changer
bags
because we're going to be able to up your exercise after your first 2 weeks on program. So you'll go 2 weeks and then you'll start this program. It's absolutely a game changer. Just like Rom said, I mean, you can really.
It's a game changer for the revenue that the company gets off of these poor people I don't mean poor in the sense of financial. I mean poor because they are being preyed upon. These are people that are looking to lose weight and probably have been brought in by the very sob stories that we've heard on this Zoom. And they think that this is going to be the way. And how they come out of this, when they do come out of this, are the very people, in my opinion, that have the most work to do on their relationship with food. You know, trusting their body, understanding that their body, no matter what the scale says, is incredible and beautiful and powerful. And it's, you know, it's really hard for me to sit here and to listen to people like this talk about this being the end all be all for people and how it's going to make them healthy when it's very much the opposite. They may lose weight because they are extremely calorie deprived, in my opinion. But the second they start eating, they gain more weight because they're putting more calories in their body. And then these people tell them, okay, you're going to get back on the 5 and 1. They lose some weight, maybe not as much as the first time. And then, you know, it's this vicious cycle. And if they would just be patient and start to learn their body and understand the cues from their body and work with professionals and be patient over time, they're going to be a completely I don't want to say they're going to be a completely different person. They're going to look at food, their relationship with food, and their relationship with themselves in a different way than looking for something outside, you know, an MLM product that's going to make you drop weight so you can get in a dress or an outfit or whatever for whatever event you have coming. It's just a very vicious cycle.
Yeah. Do we know how long this 5-in-1 active plan is intended to be done for?
I think they say on their disclaimers that they're actually required to put on all of their posts. So guys, if you see any Optavia posts on social media and they don't have the disclaimer that says, I think 12 weeks, then you can report them to Optavia compliance, FYI.
And I assume there's no maintenance plan after 12 weeks. So you're just flying blind after that? Is that what's happening?
Well, let's ask the audience, because I know that there are many people that are a lot more familiar with like the inside workings of Optavia. So for those of you that are watching live and or watching the replay, shout out to you guys. I would love to hear what you have to say about their maintenance program. What does it entail? What does it look like? Does anybody get on maintenance, or do they just cycle on and off 5 and 1? I'll play the video and then we'll revisit after we see some comments, because I know that there's going to be people that answer that question. And I think there's 30 servings per bag, so they would have to buy 2 bags to get through the full month. In my opinion, I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but the last time I looked, yeah.
See the benefits all around.
Mm-hmm. And there's something powerful about getting our bodies in homeostasis, and that's the bigger picture of what's going on here.
Yeah,
it's not just
your body already has the systems in place to maintain homeostasis, Mike. What are you talking about? That's like basic biology.
Your body is constantly fighting for homeostasis. That's the point.
God, Mike.
This dude. Woo. Okay.
I can't. I'm not prepared. I did not, when I was pre-screening this, I didn't get to this point in the video. So I am being surprised from here on out. So enjoy the reactions, you guys.
The one thing where it's not just aminos, it's not just this or that. It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
It can help build us up. So 4 and 2 active, you're already exercising. Yeah, maybe you want to lose 15 or less. I don't know, just a little bit, but you want to retain your muscle. So 45 minutes of low intensity exercise, and you're going to be eating a little bit more.
Yeah. So it's 4 fuelings, 2 lean and greens, and 2 essential amino acid servings. And you're going to lean into your coach, into the community on this. We're actually going to be doing some fun challenges all along the way. So be looking in your community page. If you're not a part of our community, then reach out to the person that invited you.
Oh, this is a great idea. Miss Living My Best Life, which I've seen your comments, and you're putting some incredible comments, and I appreciate that so much. She said, I would love to see a reaction of Beachbody with you and Susan. Well, I'm fine with that. I know Susan would love to destroy some Beachbody peeps.
I hate them
with
so
our commentary.
So much. I hate them so much.
We might have to do that. We might have to do that.
My
we'll
mouth
talk
is watering. Oh, okay.
You're salivating because you want to destroy them?
I do so much.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, we might just have to make that happen. We'll see. We'll talk about it, you guys, but I love that idea.
And maybe become part of us, because we're moving forward. We have the last one is the Optavia Health 3 and 3 active plan.
Yeah, it's really cool because This is incorporating the extra protein. Now here's the difference though. Have you guys been hearing the underlying tones here? Have you noticed it's going to take a little bit of work? So this is 60 minutes of low to high intensity exercise most days of the week. Let me
Do you guys see Susan writing notes? That's when I know it's about to go down. When she starts writing stuff down, I'm like, oh man. So they don't talk about this program a whole lot. And I'm wondering if this is their version of maintenance. Yeah, because it says maintain weight. But you don't hear about this program a whole lot, which makes me think maybe they don't have a lot of people that actually do this.
You have to pay for this with an extra 15 minutes of activity. You can have 3 actual meals, which sounds fucking cool, right? But you have to pay for that with activity, which is problematic. So problematic.
Well, and let's also look at the cost here. 3 fuelings, so you have to buy up, whatever their package is for this particular plan of fuelings. You have 3 balanced meals, which is going to include groceries, obviously. Then they have 2 EAAs, which they've talked about on the other plans, if you will. I don't even want to call them plans because I think it's just they're so problematic. But now they're adding 1 whey protein serving a day. So they're adding an additional, 20, 25 grams of protein, whey protein a day. So how many products is that? We're talking $500-$600 somewhere in there maybe for these products. And they're like, this is the optimal health. Once you've reached your goal weight, this is where we want you to be. But it's just a cash grab.
And I actually wonder how much they are charging for their whey protein. I know they're claiming that it's like, you can trust our whey protein because it's pure ingredients and blah, blah, blah. But like, that's a bunch of bullshit. And I guarantee that comparatively, it's going to be way more than the stuff you can buy that's just as good, if not better.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
So their whey protein, $62.95 for whey protein.
Fuck off. all the way off. Remember
when I told you that Susan, she doesn't pull any punches. She's direct. Yeah. $62.95. You can find, in my opinion, good protein for half of that price. If not, like $30 for protein. Or you could just eat food, like Susan suggests. That's why she's making that face, I can tell. The aminos are $59.95. Oh my God. Under the numbers on this graphic, because I see your question, Sam, it says 2 servings of Optavia EAAs on exercise days and 1 on non-exercise days, 1 serving of whey every single day. Oh man.
I can just picture like the boardroom meeting with all of this going on. Numbers, projections for the next year. Like, well, how many EAAs should we tell them to have per day?
2.
Well, we can
8.
We can make such and such amount from each person if we
Yeah.
tell them to. There's no science behind that. There's no doctor sitting there saying like, well, my recommended dose for, essential amino acids in a day. Get out of here.
Yeah.
This is so gross. I can't stand these people. They should be shot to the moon in a cannon.
Love that.
Oh.
That's a soundbite right there. That right there is a soundbite.
What?
No, they should be shot to the moon in a cannon. I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna use that in the future.
Well, from a cannon, in a rocket, whichever one. Is
Whatever.
faster.
Just get out of here with it. Yeah, I'm with you. The sad part about this is that the majority of the people that are buying in on these products are going to be the distributors. When an MLM company comes out with a new product, it's typically the distributors that get on it first, that purchase all of the new stuff, which is, instant revenue for the company. They don't care if it's coming from the distributor or the customers. They should, because the FTC does regulate that you have to have a certain amount of customers per distributors in the company. So the truth is, though, it's usually the distributors that are buying the new products. And that's sad, because this is a group of people that are already losing money. I talk about this statistic all the time, but according to the FTC, 99.7% of people lose money or don't make any money at all in multi-level marketing. So here these people have these new products that have been 9 years in the making or whatever, and it's just EAAs. They're paying double, if not triple, the price for something that isn't even that necessary for a health journey. It's something that's flavoring your water. It's just crazy. And then you have the distributors, the top leaders that are getting paid off of all these distributors buying the new product, that are like, this is a game changer. You know, I've been taking aminos for a while. I started in January, but when this was sent to me in June, you know, our aminos are just different. Our EAAs are different. They're a game changer. I've lost 50 pounds. And it's like, yeah, but what you're leaving out is the rest of the story. And it's just sad.
Tell you, working out, if you hate working out, it is a gift. So slowly ease into it. That's what's so good about having
calories are a
coach and
gift.
a community of people.
Yeah.
Just seeing other people doing it is going to help you.
Yes. Yeah. And it's the cool thing is it's a step process. It's not go straight to the 60 minutes of low intensity or high intensity working. No, please. Just like Ram said, it's holding back a little bit and going one step at a time. One person who has taken her health to a full nother level and challenges me on a daily is one of my best friends. I got two of my besties on the Zoom tonight. How fun is that, Ram? You and me, buddy, we need to become besties. Carrie Ann, take it away.
Why the clapping?
Oh my gosh, I am so honored to get to share. And I love these pictures. You know, I am a single mama. I have 4 children. And so when I started this program, I try to think of a gentle way to say my life was crazy, but there isn't. Like, we were in a total crazy season. The only thing in my life that was not terrible was, and it was my body. Like, I came into this with not a ton of weight to lose. And I'll tell you why. Because after having kids, I went right back into old habits of binge eating and binge dieting and binge exercising. And exercise became either a punishment for me not eating well, or it was an excuse to go binge out. And so for however many years of adulthood, I had carried that pattern, and then just happened to have my last baby have extreme food allergies. When you want to talk about food accountability, like if you eat that pretzel, Carrie Ann, your kid's face is going to fall off. I was like, okay. So I held tight.
First of all, I feel like you're trying to make a funny out of your child having a food allergy, and that is icky. Your kid's face is going to fall off. Oh God. All of this is so bad. Working out in whatever way you are able to and choose to should not be a punishment. You don't have to earn food. You don't have to earn calories.
Yeah, a lot of times when people fall into that cycle that she's talking about, it's, you know, obviously there's a lack of balance, right? But there's a lot of underlying things. And, you know, getting back to the subject of therapy, like prime candidate for therapy here.
Yeah.
And also like a fitness professional to walk with her. You know, I deal with a lot of people who have binge disorder or disordered eating or binge-restrict cycle. And, you know, there's a lot of, it doesn't get fixed overnight, but it's important to sit with those feelings instead of like doing a quick knee-jerk reaction of snapping back into it, because then the cycle just perpetuates. So there have been a lot of times where I've sat with clients like at 2 a.m. where they call me crying because something happened and they don't know what to do. And that's all they need. They need someone to sit with them. And, you know, you offer that support consistently, and then things start to calm down.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that the support that you have given me, the information, the education that you have given me has been really important. And I appreciate that. I tell you that all the time. And one of the things that I was like, okay, this makes sense. I feel safe. And I think that that's a really, really big deal is when we started talking about this deficit, this is just one of many examples. And I said, I'm kind of nervous. I'm nervous about this because of old habits. And you said, Erin, you're not who you used to be. You don't look at food the same way. You don't look at exercise the same way. And you said, if I get any kind of inkling from you that there is a problem, I will pull you from this deficit. And I think that having that relationship with you and learning what I have, and you are so good at creating safety to ask the questions, to express the feelings. And I think that that's not something that a lot of trainers do. I think that there's a lot of trainers out there that prescribe a workout plan and they put their people on low calories and they're like, all right, go, see you later. And that's something I really value about you is I feel safe working with you, especially with the history that I have had and what I've been through. And I know you've been through it too. And, you know, we can talk about that another time if you want to, but I just really appreciate that about you. And I want you to know that. And I want the public to know that, you know?
that means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
It's my goal to make you feel safe and supported, because there's no path to the freedom of health.
Yeah.
If not safety.
Yeah. That makes sense. I appreciate that. Also, my bestie is here. Hi. How are you doing, bestie? She said 2 queens, and then she sent a super chat. So thank you, bestie.
Thank
This
you
is
for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. I'll FaceTime you when we're done here.
Some nutritional goals. And that was the first beginnings of my, really, this has a lot to do with nutrition, keeping my body in a healthy place. And so I started researching and learning, and I got my body to a pretty healthy point, minus the 10 pounds that I had surrendered I would carry for the rest of my life. Insert Optavia in one of the craziest, busiest seasons of my life. Now as a single mama, working 3 jobs, not having time for anything, trying to squeeze in workouts. And 1.5 weeks on our program, I dropped those 10 pounds that I have been trying to lose for 3
1.5 weeks.
And I came into this program a very active person. I was an athlete in high school. I am a racer as an adult. We love these Spartan races. We love the obstacle course thing. So I love being active. My kids are very active, but I never understood that calibration between how do I fuel my body and how do I give it exercise versus using both as this war against each other. And so I lost my weight very quickly, but what took some time and work, and where I'm so grateful for this program, this makes me emotional sharing it, is that those 30 years of bad habits didn't change in a week and a half. That took work, and it took the program. It took me reprogramming my brain with the habits of health that we have. It took surrounding myself.
Oh no, Susan's waving her hand. Here we go. Prepare yourselves.
If she lost 10 pounds in a week, that's what she said, right?
I think she said a week and a half.
Week and a half.
10 days.
So that's over 4,000 calorie a day deficit.
Holy crap.
Do you realize that? Over
No.
4,000 calorie a day deficit. Do you know how much she must have been eating?
800 calories. That's my guess.
I mean, okay. Problematic.
Yeah. Dangerous. This is very dangerous. This should be a major red flag.
Okay, let's continue to red flags.
People who challenge me on the daily. I got looped into an accountability group literally 4 days ago. I didn't ask to join it. They loop me in. I'm like, I'm not in. And then today I was like, dang it. Yes, I am. I'll start with you guys tomorrow. It's so powerful to be with people who are going to challenge you to rise. And just like everyone has said, I'm going to piggyback. It's powerful when you see your kids start following in that footsteps. You know, I do truly believe that what we pioneer today, our children won't have to when they're our ages, because they can follow in our footsteps and stand in our.
You, ma'am, are perpetuating the problem. You're not preventing it. You are responsible for the eating habits of your children moving forward and all of it. And that's not a compliment.
I mean, can we stop looping the kids in to all of this?
Please.
I mean, please, please, please.
Leave the babies alone.
Our shoulders. And so with that, all of that, jumping into program, I also jumped into coach at the very same time, because as someone who does like fitness and likes being active, I had no time, I had no money, I had no education in this thing. And I looked at that as, instead of an excuse, as a reason to why this will be really, really cool and would serve us. And so I will say, within a year and a half of leaning into this and being coached, and being okay with being coached, my bestie, which was not easy. I was not easy to coach. I was able to leave all 3 of my jobs. And now we have the freedom.
And why is that? Why were you able to replace, look, Susan already knows what's coming. Why were you able to replace 3 jobs? Because you recruited, because you have a team. Don't tell me Optavia isn't a multi-level marketing company. Don't tell me that you don't get paid off of recruiting. There is a very, very good reason why, when you get a customer, if you get a customer in Optavia, that you are coached to start pitching them to become a coach immediately. There is a very good reason, because what we see from a lot of these multi-level marketing companies is you make a small amount of commission on the selling of a product, but you make more money when you have a team, whether that's on commission when they join, the products that they purchase, or just getting paid off your downline sales if they have any. There is a real push, especially in this company, for customers to become coaches. It starts immediately. So the fact that she's saying, oh, I was able to leave all 3 of those jobs. Yeah, thank your team. How about you thank your team? I hate it here. I mean, I love it here with you guys, but.
To say, because we've created the finances where I could leave. And now I have the freedom to say, hey, we're all going to get a gym membership, and we can go when it works for my kids. And I can be the mama, the workout girl, the fitness guru that I want to be, although I'm not. I'm totally
Susan said for you to sit down disrespectfully. Thank you.
What is she even saying? Like,
it's a word salad.
She's just get off the soapbox, lady.
Yeah. Also, leave the training to the professionals. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean me. I mean Susan.
Like 10 times, ma'am.
Yeah.
Riding on skirt tails of people, but I get to be the boss of my life and take my power back from food, from exercise, learn how to calibrate it together. And it has been I can't even highlight one part of this, because the way that this program works is it's baby stepping in every area with the tools, the simplicity. You guys, I am not a cook. I hired my 14-year-old at the time, now she's 15, to make dinners for us, because look, I'm like a let's just eat a salad and go kind of person.
Ew.
You don't have to meal prep all the things. I couldn't hold it all together. With this, I can, because it's simple, it's effective. And real quick on the aminos, I've used aminos a million times. I stopped.
They are all saying this, and it's not really a selling point. I've used aminos forever, but these are a game changer. Are they a game changer, or are you just trying to make some commission off of the selling of your company's amino acids?
That's so embarrassing. Weird. Like, I feel like amino acids are only things that are talked about by people in the fitness world. Like, I only started hearing about them years ago. The first time I started working at a gym. That was the first time I ever became aware of amino acids. And then once I started, going through all my certifications and stuff, and then getting into bodybuilding and learning about muscle science, I was like, oh, this is what they actually are and what they do. And then I learned like what they can and can't do and the misconceptions about them and how important they are. And like, they're important, but also like you don't need extraneous amino acids. You just don't. If you eat a balanced diet and you eat enough protein, you're getting them. It's essentially protein. Amino acids are protein. So the fact that these people who don't strike me as fitness people, they don't seem to be like into it. They're into Optavia. That's what they're into. The whole idea of like their exercise life is a whole different animal. But the fact that they're all throwing around this term is just, it sounds like a foreign language coming out of their mouth, because I don't think they understand. It really is just a buzzword they're throwing out, and they're really making a sales pitch. And I find it gross. I find it gross and unethical.
And the fact that she was saying, I wanted to be a fitness guru. And I'm like,
yeah, keep trying, because, maybe someday you can do that.
Oh my God. Embarrassing.
Taking them because they were so full of junk. And I am a little bit of a hippie where I don't like anything weird in my body. So I just suffered. And I was like, I'll just be sore. Insert Optavia aminos. I literally, like I said, sometimes I'm questioning how hard I actually worked out, and I cannot believe how less hungry I am. It's been really amazing. So they're absolutely, absolutely amazing. And I would encourage you to explore this if you're not already part of the crew.
They're not the end all be all. I don't understand. I mean, I do, but
There it is.
What's happening?
Our unmute button disappeared.
It completely disappeared. It was awesome.
Great.
Wow, that was powerful, Carrie-Ann.
Yeah.
What's so cool is something that you said that sparked thought. Think about everything we're experiencing right now. Our planet, our world, it was all built out of suffering. People suffered through to create America. People suffered through to create Zoom. I'm sure it was very difficult to create what we're all enjoying right now and how we're connected.
What are you talking about? What is this man on?
I have no words. People suffered to create America? Mike.
Is the woman sitting next to him not embarrassed?
I don't know how she couldn't be.
That's the wife, right? Like,
yeah.
Inside, I would be cringing.
Can you even
planning an escape?
I definitely would be giving the side eye. I'd be like, what is he saying? That statement about people suffer to create America is so tone deaf.
Yeah. Are we still talking about aminos?
What?
Because I thought we were talking about aminos.
I'm actually speechless at that statement and how tone deaf it was.
I don't want to suffer. I just want to learn about what's happening.
Listen, we're just trying to debunk your EAAs. Okay, Mike? Like, I'm just going to hit the play button. We're just going to keep it going because we're almost done. We only have a couple more minutes because Susan and I clearly are speechless with that statement.
Without
suffering through right now, that's going to leave a legacy for others. And some of that suffering is just a little bit of doing reps in the gym. It is suffering in the moment.
No, it's not. If you're suffering, you don't know what you're doing, Mike. What? Mike, what are you doing in the gym, my guy?
He's lifting his little bottle.
It's his Stanley Cup.
Little Stanley. He's just lifting it.
I do this 20 times. I'm going to get sore. What?
Yeah.
Well, what you can this hand movement probably not very good. I apologize. Brandy, don't say a word. Brandy, I'm gonna play that video. Y'all are wild. Don't do it. Don't.
We're not gonna lie. And that's why you don't like it. But you will learn.
We're not gonna
to fall in
lie?
love with it because you're pushing through and you're creating something powerful for
That's
others
right.
and yourself too.
Yeah. Well, I want to also tell you, for those of you that have been waiting, tomorrow, Optavia Active is available for everyone.
Oh my God.
We are so excited.
So excited.
We're so excited for you to experience what we've experienced. And
We are so excited to make a little bit of commission. So everybody buy up. And when I say everybody, I mean my team. You got to be a product of the product. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God.
also, I mean, we get the whey protein as well, which is because the coaches haven't had the opportunity to have that either.
Yeah.
So
Go to
everyone
the store
gets
and buy it.
essential amino acids and the whey protein starting tomorrow. So make sure that if you're like, okay, I want to know more, maybe programs for you. Maybe you have 10, 15 or more pounds to lose. Maybe you want to start building your muscle. Maybe you even need to put on a little bit of additional weight. I know that was Mike's issue when we first started this program.
I'm sorry. Is this like how they talk about ketones that does everything? It gives you energy and helps you get better sleep? Because they're talking about these Optavia plans that are designed for weight loss through calorie restriction. And she's like, maybe you have a little bit of weight that you want to put on. So how exactly is being on a restrictive calorie plan going to help you put on weight? You know how you put on weight? You take in more calories. So Summer, politely yet disrespectfully, I'm going to ask you to take several seats because you sound ignorant, in my opinion. I'm not saying she's ignorant. I'm saying that statement that she just made sounds ignorant, in my opinion.
This program has every bit of that covered for you.
Maybe
What?
you want to build up your immune system.
Oh yeah, that's
something that is very powerful nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the forefront of a lot of our minds.
Your immune system said, no, thank you.
Is that a claim?
That's definitely a medical claim, a health claim, 100%. Is he trying to say, I know I paused it, but is he trying to say that EAAs are going to help your immune system?
False. False.
Hey, Mike, cite your source, my guy. We would love to see it.
Yeah.
So imagine an immune system that's just firing in all cylinders. You're going to kill anything. Your body is designed to knock that stuff out.
Yeah.
It's pretty powerful when you can get your body in a really strong state, your mind in a strong state, and your circle of friends in a strong state. It's a good place to be in a world that sometimes feels like it's on fire. I think it is a little bit, but that's okay.
This is so cringy.
Because being surrounded by these folks, we got this. Go get a water bucket and we will take care of the fires.
I feel like
and we'll put them out and we'll be loving doing it and we'll be smiling and singing the whole time.
this man is on mushrooms. He's taking some kind of psychedelic, I think.
Hey, Mike, you're in a cult. Call your dad.
He's like in a tent burning ayahuasca or something.
I think they should have just ended the Zoom. Hey, thank you everybody for being here. We appreciate you. Just reach out to your coach if you have any questions. And we'll see you next week. That's what should have happened. But instead, he's gone on this rant about how I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to repeat how tone deaf this gentleman is.
Yeah, no, Erin, there's suffering, and then there's America, and then there's immune system. That's what's happening.
And Optavia is going to help you lose weight and gain weight if you need it. We have everything you need here.
All of it. All of it. Is your cat throwing up? Optavia will help you.
Optavia. Yep. Yeah, you got a UTI, Optavia. Katie says, Susan, mushrooms would be too many calories.
Touché.
Oh, that's great, Katie. Oh, all right. Well, let's continue because we're almost done.
That's the way we roll.
Maybe not the
You're
whole
in a
time.
cult.
Well, we'll cry a little bit
Well,
together.
one, I just want to congratulate you for being on this Zoom and
Thank you.
watching the recording. And I want to challenge you to reach out to the person that invited you to know more. And just like us, like Carrie Ann, like Rom, like Megan, all of us are not just leaving health to just us. We've all decided that we really want to give this gift to our families. We want to give this gift to our friends. We want to give this gift to those around us.
Sounds like an infection.
Maybe that's something you want to help do too. I mean, being a coach is just that, helping people move forward.
I'm so grateful for our coaches, Doug and Tia.
Oh,
I'm
God.
so grateful that they said, okay, I guess that's how a lot of us start coaching.
We're like, what, coach?
Okay.
Oh.
And they did. And they suffered and battled through and built and created amazing pathways for us. And that's what we get to be a part of. And that's what you can do.
Link arms. It's
Yeah.
not doing it all on your own.
Oh, this is their recruiting pitch. Cute. We link arms. It's all about the community. We help people level up.
It's not like you have to know everything, like Carrie Ann said, because this is a learning game for all of us. Health is a journey. It's not a destination. And we're on this journey for the rest of our lives. So congratulations for being here. Reach out to the person that invited you and let's get active together. Be looking forward to some of the new active challenges. Have a great night, everybody.
Goodbye. Done with you. That was perfect timing. Oh man, that was do it for your founding. Emery. Oh wow, that was intense. You guys good? Everybody good? Are you good, Susan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about my life. How are you feeling about your life?
I'm feeling strong, let me tell you. I'm feeling well fed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. In fact, I'm gonna go eat after this. What? I don't know yet. I got to see what I'm craving and then I'm going to build around it. Because that's how we do it here, you know?
That's right.
I hope you guys have a great meal. I hope you have a snack after that, especially because yikes, that was a dumpster fire in the words of Ava. And yeah, Susan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
We definitely, I feel like, oh, good.
Yeah.
You make me feel safe. I help you feel safe.
Yes.
It just works out that way. Do you guys think that we should have Susan back another time? And would you guys like to hear more commentary from Susan? Yep. Everybody's already saying come back. Currently eating stir fry. That sounds real good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll think of what we can do and we'll plan it out. And I appreciate you being here, guys. Go follow Susan, send her a friend request on Facebook, follow her on Instagram, # Team Susan. Her information is in the video description. And guys, don't join an MLM. Also, Optavia, we don't like you. You're not helping people. You're hurting people, in my opinion, in our opinion. So, okay. Appreciate you guys being here. We will see you on the next video. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Thank you. Bye.